भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी निति नामिनी नामस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यादेशतारिणी जय श्री कृष्णा चैतन्या प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय जगद्गुरु श्रीला प्रभुपदा नित्य गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल नित्य गौर हरि बोल। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, श्रील गुरुदेव की जय, and jai Shri Narasimhadev Bhagwan ki jai. Today, because of I'm starting late, I'm not having that, but from tomorrow we will have everything and the Narasimha Kirtan also. Thank you, Shravanti. Yeah, you're all wanting Kirtan. I think Krishna didn't like it without Kirtan, so he's speaking through you all. You're all nice devotees. So, yeah. Okay, 1 minute of Narasimha Arti also. Shri Narasimha Jai Jai Shri Narasimha Praladesha Jaya Padma Mukha Padma Branga Ugram Veeram Mahavishnu Jwalantam Sarvatomukam Narasimham Bhishnam Badram Mrityor Mrityum Namamyaham Namaste Narasimhaya Praladalaadaine Hiranyakashipurvakshaha शीलतंकानकालये इतो नरसिंहा परतो नरसिंहो यतो यतो यामि ततो नरसिंहा बाहिर्नरसिंहो हृदये नरसिंहो नरसिंहमादिं शरणं प्रपद्ये तव करकमलवरेणकाम् अद्भुत श्रृंगार दलिता हिरण्यकशिपु तनुभृङ्गां केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा Jai Jagadish Hari, Jai Jagadish Hari, Jai Jagadish Hari, Jai Narsimhadev, Jai Narsimhadev, Jai Narahari, Jai Narahari, Jai Lakshmi Narasimha, Jai Lakshmi Narasimha, Jai Prahlad Maharaj, Jai Prahlad Maharaj, विघ्न विनाशन नरसिंहदेव भगवान की जय, भक्तराज प्रहलाद महाराज की जय, निताय गौर सीतनाथ प्रेमानंदी, हरि हरि बोल.
हरि बोल.
Okay, even Vishnu. Who is that? Who's saying?
Hare Bol.
Purvi played at my grandfather's funeral. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yes. That is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come and told us to do kirtan. So thank you, devotees, for reminding.
Thank you
That's
so
the
much,
most important.
Mataji.
So
Thank you to even Sarva Mataji also.
Shravanti. Tomorrow we'll ask the others also to sing Narsimha Arti. Today because Nahari is so I did. Okay. 11th chapter, where which you finished 11th chapter?
55th, the last sloka is pending, Mataji. 55.
Mm, 55. It's a long purport. No, 55 you have to do, right? Mat karma krin mat paramo mat bhakta sangavarjita nirvaira sarva bhuteshu yasamam eti pandava. My dear Arjuna, he who engages in my pure devotional service, free from the contaminations of fruitive activities and mental speculation, he who works for me, who makes me the supreme goal of his life, and who is friendly to every living being, he certainly comes to me. Krishna is very clear. What will make us go back to him? Right? And what is the previous verse? Only by undivided devotional service can I be understood as I am, standing before you, and can thus be seen directly. Only in this way you can enter into the mysteries of my understanding. So, undivided devotional service, and that is, he is showing him the form, the two-handed form, which he was already there. And then, no, that is the four-armed form. And then, when Arjuna saw his original form, he said, "Oh Janardana, seeing this human-like form, so very beautiful, I'm now composed in mind and I'm restored to my original nature." So, and he's saying, my dear Arjuna, this form of mine you're now seeing is very difficult to behold. Even the demigods are ever seeking the opportunity to see this form, which is so dear. So that is the four-armed form of Narayana. And then he's saying, the form you're now seeing with your transcendental eyes cannot be understood simply by studying the Vedas, nor by undergoing serious penances, nor by charity, nor by worship. It is not by these means that you can see me as I am. Then what is it? That just that doing puja and all are not in, by undivided devotional service. Only by undivided devotional service can I be understood as I am, standing before you, and can thus be seen directly. Only in this way can you enter into the mysteries of my understanding. And so now he's saying, so furthermore, how to get this kind of undivided devotion to him? He says, my dear Arjuna, he who engages in my pure devotional service, free from the contamination of fruitive activities and mental speculation, he who works for me, who makes me the supreme goal of his life, and who is friendly to every living being, he certainly comes to me. And Prabhupada is saying, anyone who wants to approach the supreme of all the personalities of Godhead on the Krishna Loka planet in the spiritual sky and be intimately connected with the supreme personality, Krishna, must take this formula. Therefore, this verse is considered to be the essence of Bhagavad Gita. Because it's telling how exactly we should live, by which we can go back to him. And so, as far as work is concerned, one should transfer his energy entirely to Krishna conscious activities. No work should be done by any man except in relationship to Krishna. This is called Krishna karma. So you're doing work. Very nice. And we saw Shravanti in her shop, right? You're in the shop, Shravanti?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. So how do you make it Krishna conscious? You are already chanting Hare Krishna?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. So how will you make it Krishna conscious? How do you make it?
I'll attend every class, Mataji, in Kirtan class, evening time. Daily I'll attend, Mataji. Kirtan,
Ah,
Bhakti Vriksha class, BG class.
very nice. So she is very Krishna conscious. And are you happy in your work?
Yes,
Are you
Mataji.
happy? Huh?
Yes, Mataji. Yes, Mataji.
Ah. So normally if you're not, so you're thinking, you remember Krishna. In
Yes,
the
Mataji.
shop also you remember Krishna?
Yes,
Yes?
Mataji. Yes, Mataji.
Okay. And you have the Bhagavad Gita with you in the shop?
Yes, Mataji.
Oh, wonderful. And you're listening to Kirtans and all sometimes when you're a little free or you have a break or something? Oh, no. I mean, okay. You read Bhagavad Gita sometimes?
Yes, Mataji. At any cost, I'll attend Kirtan class, Mataji, daily. I'll say Narsimha prayer, Kavacham meaning.
Hmm.
At that time only that customer came and she was crying and I called Utkarshini Mataji. Mataji said that you chant with her Hare Krishna mantra. Actually her husband got operation, Mataji.
Uh-huh.
Still 1 week is there, Mataji, for operation. She was crying with me. She was sitting beside me and she was hearing like this. What you are doing? She was asking. Actually, Mataji said, write and give Hare Krishna mantra and let her chant daily. And
Very.
Mataji myself spoke with her and we gave so much courage, Mataji. She was crying. She told that paper, Mataji, what Pujari gave to her to do puja. So many leaves, Mataji, so many things. She was actually poor, Mataji. She is not at all having money also with her.
Hmm.
She told that paper and she was chanting and going, Mataji.
Hmm. What paper she tore?
That Pujari gave, Mataji, your husband is not well. No, you do this puja, that puja.
Oh, she got happiness through this chanting
She
Hare
was
Krishna.
actually, she is begging me, Mataji, I'll pray for you. She was actually, I was very much excited, Mataji. In my eyes, tears were coming, Mataji.
Very nice. See, that's what. Very simple. See, work also, one should transfer his energy entirely into Krishna consciousness. No work should be done any man except in relationship to Krishna. This is called Krishna karma. One may be engaged in various activities, but one should not be attached to the result of his work. The result should be done only for him. So gradually, because if she's thinking only of money, she won't be happy like this. She'll only be thinking, let me make more money and how to, attract more people. I mean, okay, that also she must be doing, but she's doing it remembering Krishna. So that is what he is saying. The result, okay, of course, this is the first preliminary stage. Karma yoga has got different stages. In the temple and all that, people do work, but it is completely for Krishna. So that's a little on the higher level. But then it is also karma yoga, different levels, stages. Even the first step itself, you feel so happy, isn't it? And then Krishna will elevate us. For example, one may be engaged in business, but to transform that activity into Krishna consciousness, one has to do business for Krishna. If Krishna is the proprietor of the business, then Krishna should enjoy the profit of the business. If a businessman is in possession of thousands and thousands of dollars, and if he has to offer all this to Krishna, he can do it. This is work for Krishna. Instead of constructing a big building for his sense gratification, he can construct a nice temple for Krishna, and he can install the deity of Krishna and arrange for the deity's service as is outlined in the authorized books of devotional service. This is all Krishna karma. One should not be attached to the result of his work, but the result should be offered to Krishna, and one should accept as prasadam the remnants of offerings to Krishna. If one constructs a very big building for Krishna and installs the deity of Krishna, one is not prohibited from living there, but it is understood that the proprietor of the building is Krishna. That is called Krishna consciousness. So it's not that you can't have your own house and all that, but Krishna should, you must have a very nice temple, and you know that he is actually the owner, and in a prominent place. Normally what people do, they'll have a small puja room where they'll keep a photo of Krishna. They'll just for about 10 minutes every day do one arati or whatever, light the lamp. After that, forget about him. Whole day that room is closed. So not like that. You know that, if you have Krishna in your house and you worship him regularly, 3 times a day at least, and then all that you're taking care, then that's okay, because then you are staying there, but you know that Krishna is the master of the house. If, however, one is not able to construct a temple for Krishna, one can engage himself in cleansing the temple of Krishna. That's also Krishna karma. One can cultivate a garden. Anyone who has land in India, at least any poor man has a certain amount of land, can utilize that for Krishna by growing flowers to offer him. One can sow tulsi plants because tulsi leaves are very important. And Krishna has recommended this in Bhagavad Gita. Patram pushpam phalam toyam. Krishna desires that one offer him either a leaf or a flower or a fruit or a little water. And by such an offering, he is satisfied. This leaf especially refers to tulsi. So one can sow tulsi and pour water on the plant. Thus, even the poorest man can engage in the service of Krishna. These are some of the examples how one can engage in working for Krishna. The word Matparama refers to one who considers the association of Krishna in a supreme abode to be the highest perfection of life. Such a person does not wish to be elevated to the higher planets, such as the moon or sun or heavenly planets, or even the highest planet of this universe, Brahmaloka. He has no attraction for that. He is only attracted to being transferred to the spiritual sky. And even in the spiritual sky, he is not satisfied with merging into the glowing Brahmajyoti effulgence, for he wants to enter the highest spiritual planet, namely Krishna Loka, Goloka Vrindavana. He has full knowledge of that planet and therefore is not interested in any other. As indicated by the word Mat Bhakta, he fully engages in devotional service, specifically in the 9 processes of devotional engagement: hearing, chanting, remembering, worshipping, serving the lotus feet of the Lord, offering prayers, carrying out the orders of the Lord, making friends with him, and surrendering everything to him. One can engage in all 9 devotional processes, or 8 or 7, or at least 1, and that will surely make one perfect. So it is a slow process, step-by-step process. So this, what Prabhupada is talking of, is the perfectional stage. But if you start doing the process of devotional service, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, and Vandanam, all that, Archanam, and reading, so gradually our consciousness gets purified and we think more and more of Krishna, then you can completely surrender and go back home, back to Godhead. So the term Sangha Varjita is very significant. One should disassociate himself from a person who are against Krishna. Not only are the atheistic persons against Krishna, but so also are those who are attracted to fruitive activities and mental speculation. See, those people cannot understand. Fruitive activities means everything you should get some result for your sense gratification. Otherwise, it's a waste of time. Materialistic people will say, whoever it may be, they, even if they're not atheistic, they may be going to the temple, worshipping, saying pujas and doing pujas, all that. But in the heart of heart, they're doing all that. Why? So that they will get nice material benefits. They are not interested in developing a relationship or loving Krishna. No. Go to the temple, recite all the things, do pujas, homas, simply asking the Lord, please give me better monetary thing, give me better health, make my family fine, or give me some position like this. So what happens is, then we are only thinking about this material world. I just want to be happy here. Okay, I acknowledge Krishna as the Lord of it. So I keep asking him so that I can be happy here. Then we cannot go back to him or even develop our love. If you're fruitive, see, a fruitive people know, even in their friendships, relationships, and within the material world, they'll not be sincere. They always have a reason for any relationship. They will be nice if you have something which they want, right? Something which can give them happiness, some pleasure. Then they will talk to you. If you don't have what they want, they won't even look at you. So these are the fruitive people. And speculators are like the Mayavadis, who all the time their mind is supreme. They don't believe in anything. They don't believe in Guru's words, Shastra, Sadhu. No, my mind, whatever it tells, because they may have a little talent of speculating very nicely. So they believe completely in the mind. So if you want to do unalloyed devotional service, you must be freed from all kinds of material contamination. So that is why, and it's very simple. It's been made by Krishna. We don't have to keep on thinking about it. Oh, I have this weakness, that weakness. You just have to, how do you surrender to Krishna? By listening to his holy name very nicely every day, and then you can overcome. You can become more attached to Krishna than your mind. So how can we attain Krishna? From 53, 54, 55. Okay, let me finish this and then we'll see that. So this is the last verse of 11th chapter, how to attain Krishna. So first of all, we should avoid unwanted association. Because if they are karmis and jnanis, then we'll get, it's natural. We get, like just like diseases, no, you go near that person, you'll get it. It's infectious. So like that, if when we are freed from such unwanted association and from the contempt, actually Indians for the first time, they understood that diseased person, you have to be away from them, otherwise you will also get it. When the COVID times, so many people, they just didn't understand at all. If the government kept telling, doctors kept telling, don't visit each other, don't stay close to one another, wear the mask. For wearing mask, how much of resistance there was. People didn't want to do that, and then they kept on visiting each other's homes, kept on going to public places, kept on having big programs and functions. They didn't believe in it, because that is what in India, if anybody gets a sickness, everybody, they want to share the blessings with everyone. And nobody believes in that. Oh, no need and no problem. They think that if you ever say, hey, you got a cold and fever or viral fever, so okay, be careful, I'll come and visit you later, or you just say something like that, they'll feel offended. I mean, what is this? Why should everybody get? Or you yourself should quarantine yourself and say, okay, don't come home. Okay, today I've got all this. Instead, what parents do, they'll send their children. Children have got some disease also. Go, no problem. My child should not miss school. Other children fall sick, no problem. So but during COVID is when people's eyes got opened. We have a disease. We have to quarantine. We have to take care of our body. We shouldn't be sentimentally thinking, oh, people will feel bad, and so you just go and associate with them, whatever. So in the same way, protected Indians for our maintenance, yes.
Yes.
And so that is what unwanted association is. Also, we'll get the disease. So we are nice to them. We shouldn't be rude or anything. You can talk to them, but intimate association, every now and then, every day going with them and going for picnics and whatever, going out with them or moving all the time with them, that sort of association, no, not with them. And from the contamination of material desires, one favorably cultivates knowledge of Krishna. That is called pure devotional service. But if you associate with devotees, then easily you can progress, because every devotee will be saying in different degrees, but everybody is wanting. They want to love Krishna, they want to do service, they want to overcome all the problems and engage in devotional service. And some people successfully do something and they share that, and everyone gets very inspired. So we need that, because then in a devotee association, Krishna is very prominent, right? All the talks will centered around Krishna only, maybe directly not sometimes, but still everything is based on Krishna consciousness. One should think of Krishna and act for Krishna favorably, not unfavorably. Kamsa was an enemy of Krishna's. From the very beginning of Krishna's birth, Kamsa planned in so many ways to kill him. And because he was always unsuccessful, he was always thinking of Krishna. So always, this Krishna, he was so afraid. Oh, he's going to be, I mean, because it was predicted that the eighth child is going to kill, and there was only Krishna left. From Balarama, he didn't know about. He was transferred to Rohini's womb, so he didn't know. But among all the children of Devaki, only Krishna was left, so he's the only one to kill him. And he was showing all his superhuman acts. So he was really terrified of Krishna. So all the time he was thinking of Krishna in fear, in hatred, in envy, in anger. But he was thinking of Krishna. So whatever way you think of Krishna, even that is Krishna conscious. So Kamsa was also very Krishna conscious, but unfavorably. So we have to be favorably thinking of Krishna 24 hours a day. He was considered a demon because he was always thinking in a wrong way. And Krishna at last killed him. Of course, anyone who's killed by Krishna attains salvation immediately. But that is not the aim of pure devotee. The pure devotee does not even want salvation. He does not want to be transferred even to the highest planet, Goloka Vrindavana. His only objective is to serve Krishna wherever he may be. That is the perfection. That we don't dictate to Krishna where we want to be, what I should be doing. We have our desires, and Krishna can know our desires. Like, it's mentioned in the, we saw in the which chapter, that Krishna can smell, he knows our desires. Just like if you have a flower, very nice fragrant flower near you, you can know you can just smell it. Like that, the Paramatma is all the time in the heart with us, and he can smell our desires. Not smell, he knows everything, what we're desiring. So we don't need to tell him anything. He will engage us, but because he wants us, and this happens in the spiritual world immediately. Whatever you desire, immediately it will manifest. Here it doesn't manifest. There's some time lag before your desires are fulfilled, because here we are desiring for our sense gratification. And for that, Krishna says you have to earn it. You do some pious activities, do some pujas and all that, then I'll fulfill. So that takes some time. But if you desire to serve Krishna, there's no time lag. Immediately Krishna will fulfill. So that is what. A devotee of Krishna is friendly to everyone. Therefore, it is said here that he has no enemy. Nirvaira. How is this? A devotee situated in Krishna consciousness knows that only devotional service to Krishna can relieve a person from all the problems of life. He has personal experience of this, and therefore he wants to introduce this system, Krishna consciousness, into human society. So we have to be fully convinced about that. That simply if you surrender to Krishna and do in Krishna consciousness, everybody will be benefited, yourself first, and all your family members, and everybody associated with you, everybody will be benefited just if you take shelter of Krishna. How is that? Because Krishna is the most intelligent person. Please continue your prayers. Oh, okay. So, yes, if we show our sincerity to Krishna, Krishna does miracles. So we must have faith in him. And now in the association of devotees, we develop our faith, right? Everybody is sharing and trying to inspire and, encourage and so on. So then So only devotional service to Krishna can relieve a person from all the problems of life. He has personal experience of this, and therefore he wants to introduce the system Krishna consciousness into human society. There are many examples in history of devotees of the Lord who risked their lives for the spreading of God consciousness. The favorite example is Lord Jesus Christ. He was crucified by the non-devotees, but he sacrificed his life for spreading God consciousness. Of course, it would be superficial to understand that he was killed. Similarly, in India also, there are many examples, such as Thakura Haridas and Prahlad Maharaj. Why such risk? Because they wanted to spread Krishna consciousness, and it's difficult. A Krishna conscious person knows that if a man is suffering, it's due to his forgetfulness of his eternal relationship with Krishna. Therefore, the highest benefit one can render to human society is relieving one's neighbor from all material problems. In such a way, a pure devotee is engaged in the service of the Lord. Now we can imagine how merciful Krishna is to those who engaged in his service, risking everything for him. Therefore, it is certain that such persons must reach the supreme planet after leaving this body. Um, so, okay. One should understand that Shamasundara form is the most important. Krishna showed three forms, right? He showed the Vishwarupa, he showed the four-armed form, and Vishnu form, and then he showed his two-handed form. And that, 1 minute, Preeti, please go to the, yeah, we'll see. How can we attain Krishna? Cannot see and understand Krishna's form by study, penances, charity, or worship. Only by undivided devotional service. So that's important. He said that just by study or penances, some people do tapasya, in the North India and closer to the Himalayas, you'll find somebody still sitting with a hand raised. Permanently, they're sitting like that. Some tapasya, or they will be lying down on a this thing, on a bed of nails. Some austerity they take so that they can give up the bodily connection, attachment, and go to the higher thing. But Krishna is saying all these things, they may elevate you slowly, but you cannot attain Krishna just through all this charity or worship, only by undivided devotional service. So all the time, whatever we are doing, we are in a service mode. We may be engaging in so many activities, but our heart should be for pleasing Krishna. That's what, undivided, only for Krishna. You may be doing for other people, not that, okay, now I'm a Krishna devotee, I'm not going to talk to you. No, not like that. We may be talking, but internally, everything is for the pleasure of Krishna. So that means our senses have to be controlled. Only then we can do like that. And so only by undivided devotional service, free from karma and jnana, working only for him. Disassociate from those inimical to Krishna, but approaches them to take up Krishna consciousness. So we don't completely leave all the people of this material world and say, oh, you're all non-devotees. We don't want to take your association, but we'll give association. We'll come and talk about Krishna. We'll, whatever, we'll try to also inspire you. That we'll do. And make him the supreme goal of life. Krishna is the goal of our life. And then we can be friendly to all, giving Krishna to others. How do we become friendly to everyone? Then by somehow giving them Krishna. You have to determine, not force people. See, I'm doing the puja, you better come. This is my good I'm doing to you. You're all very fallen. Now I'm doing it, so you better come. If in that mood we say, then people say, oh, you're too proud. Why you think only you're doing? Even I'm doing okay. I'm also going to the temple. I also do. I don't need to come to your puja. That is the response we'll get. But and there are so many things. There are different types of people, and we should not condemn anyone and say you are a non-devotee like that. But how do we do good? We have to see each age also. Youth, children, they are different, and then adults are different. But in essence, the thing is that we appreciate them. And then they are very inclined towards us. Oh, you like me, you appreciate me, okay, I will also appreciate what you're doing. Then they will listen little by little. So like that, we have to see how much a person can take. If somebody immediately takes, okay, we can tell almost everything to them now only. But normally people, they take it little by little. They want to first churn it in their mind, and then they practice it for some time. Then they're ready for the next level. Like that, we have to gradually give, like an expert doctor. If a doctor here, if the doctor has to prescribe proper medicine first of all, and proper dosage. Otherwise, all of us can go to the shop and buy medicine and have. We don't need a doctor. But they also say, na, without prescription, I will not give you. We want to see that the doctors prescribe the dosage for you. Otherwise, you can die also by eating too much medicine. So in this way, we should become expert doctors in giving slowly, bit by bit, not put whole bottle of medicine into their mouth and then finish, they'll collapse. So that's a thing. So Krishna consciousness is so wonderful. And by that, we can solve all the problems of life and friendly to all, giving Krishna to others. So this is the last 3 verses of this 11th chapter. Are there any questions or comments?
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam, Mataji. Please
Yeah.
accept my humble obeisances.
Okay.
Mataji, actually, our minds are conditioned to some like WhatsApp, Facebook, or else we are addicted or conditioned to such feedbacks or what we say, like that something else, Mataji. How can we divert to those towards Krishna consciousness, and how we can give up those fruitful activities, Mataji?
Most of the messages in the WhatsApp, what do they contain?
Actually, we do some services, right? And we
Hmm.
accept, we expect some response from public or else something like that. Uh, uh,
No, it
that
is
is,
connected with Krishna, no?
yes, Mataji.
So then that will not be an obstacle, isn't it?
But Mataji, if we concentrate on fruitful activity, is that something we are doing wrong there?
That means you're doing it for some fruitive mentality you have.
Yes,
I will send this.
Mataji.
Hey, yeah, I'll send this so that they will be my friend, or they will say, yeah, very nice, isn't it?
Yes, Mataji, something like that only.
Yeah, but anyway, because that's why you have to start chanting more. With chanting only, you make advancement. Prabhupada said 99% of spiritual advancement happens just by chanting Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji.
And you will make very good progress because you have so much desire. You're just chanting one round, no?
Mataji, I'm chanting 16 rounds,
Oh,
Mataji.
sorry, Rajeshwari. Yes. I was thinking of food. Yeah, you're chanting 16 rounds. Very nice. So you're very aware about your motives and all that. But you chant better and better, and then, slowly you'll get a higher
Mataji,
pace.
actually, chanting is not happened at Brahma Muhurta, Mataji. I used to chant at evening times.
Yeah, better Brahma Muhurta if you can, because morning Sattva Guna, then your mind is peaceful and you can hear the holy names better. Then you'll
Yes,
feel very
Mataji.
happy.
But Mataji, I'm unable to wake up at morning, Mataji. That's what I'm lagging in
The
my
same
spiritual
problem, Mataji.
development.
Always I would love to join in, Mataji, the chanting. I try, but I'll sleep off nicely.
No, you can do little by little now. Just advance it by 15 minutes. Then your body will not resist so much. If you advance by 1 hour, 2 hours and all, oh, body will say nothing doing. Then one day, even if you do next day, body will say, no, I'm not getting up. But you do just 15 minutes. 15 minutes, you can get up no, a little earlier and chant first, isn't it? Then once the body gets used to that, then you make it another 15 minutes.
But Mataji, I used to wake up at particular months, Damodar month, like that, Mataji. But
That you must
Mataji,
be thinking, oh, it's only for Damodar month. Every day always means your body wants to resist, isn't it?
Yes, Mataji.
People do
Mataji,
all
what
this. You see the Ayyappa devotees, 1 month they'll be like sadhus only. Because after that, they know I can do whatever I want. What?
Mataji, what is your opinion on that? The people, they'll have chanting bag in one hand, other hand book of chanting bag in one hand, other hand they're talking with the other devotees and all. The
That
other
is
hand is doing
just,
some other work.
that's
Another
very
hand is
offensive
chanting.
chanting. Offensive chanting, because then you won't get the results so fast. What is offensive chanting? You're committing so many offenses. So Krishna is not so pleased. So you won't feel happy. Like when you're chanting Hare Krishna, there's no difference between Hare Krishna, the name of Krishna, and Krishna himself. So when you chant Krishna, you're actually associating with Krishna, the person. So when he is coming and then you're thinking of something else, isn't it very much insulting him that he's
Yes,
coming to you? So that is why it's an aparad. And in offensive chanting, you will not make progress. You won't be happy. You won't develop faith and love for Krishna. So that's why we have to free ourselves from the offenses.
Mataji, actually, as a practitioner, we don't do external offenses, right? Whereas internal, where our mind used to think and we used to get a lot of thoughts in our mind sometimes. We are
Mm.
unable to control that thoughts. Is that okay? Uh, we used to ask forgiveness for Advaita Acharyas and Krishna for our uncontrolling mind thoughts. Is that okay? As I'm a practitioner, I'm a sadhaka, that is happening, Mataji.
Ah, yeah. So we have to see there is the offensive stage, and then there is the clearing stage, and then there's the perfect stage. So everybody starts with offensive chanting only. That's why you every day you recite the 10 offenses, so you don't try to do that. Finally what will remain is only the first and the last. Other things slowly will overcome. Okay, I won't tell sin, I won't commit sins on the strength of chanting, or I'm not going to I'll make sure that I don't think that Hare Krishna is equal to pious activity. This is totally on the spiritual platform. And then I won't um, preach to very atheistic people. I feel better you download Prabhupada. Who's ah yeah for those who are not, and follow the time you're chanting in the evening. No, even if you're listening to Prabhupada chanting, evening time, it's more rajasic in nature. By the time the whole day you've been doing so many activities, and automatically, you first of all not so energetic, and apart from that, your thoughts will be always going back to what you did during the day. That is why Brahma Muhurta time is, very much this thing now. It's better to chant in the evening than not chanting at all. So if you don't find time in the morning and you're chanting in the evening, that's very good. But if you want to progress in the quality of chanting, then Brahma Muhurta chanting, it's the mode of goodness time. It's conducive for spiritual activities. That's why. And the whole day, what happens if you haven't chanted in the morning? Your mind also will be in little Maya only. You would have forgotten Krishna, and then already you're thinking of so many things, all your activities. Then when you chant, you'll be only thinking of those. Externally, in the lip, may be saying Hare Krishna, but your mind will be wandering, isn't it? Okay.
actually I tried that chant with Prabhupada once, Mataji. Prabhupada finished chanting. I still had 3 more times to go, Mataji. That speed.
No, definitely. If you're chanting at other times, Prabhupada is the best devotee, na? But it's not enough if you just hear Prabhupada. You have to hear your own chanting. So you can put it in the background and you have to also chant and hear. Otherwise, we can all become pure devotees now. We'll shut our mouths because anyway we are not pure. We'll put Prabhupada dun and just listen, and then we'll become purified. No, why we should chant, isn't it? We
Yes,
should chant and
Mataji.
hear. Hmm.
And there is one video, Mataji, types of chanting, wrong ways chanting. Subiksha and I were watching it during our break time in college. She was like, this is so bad. How can they do it? They're literally making fun of the Maha Mantra. I was like, yeah, they are making fun only. Actually, yes, Mataji, they were making fun at wrong types of chanting.
That's what. How different people chant, right?
There was one thing called bullet train chanting. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare. That was, we found it funny, but later we felt bad. It's so offensive and all.
It's not offensive. I mean, that it is funny, right? You laughed at that. Yeah, then because they purposely made it funny so that you'll realize how ridiculous it is to chant like that. You have to hear the name fully. If you think, oh, how long I have to sit and chant, so let me do fast. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Ram, 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 Ram. And but actually, you know what? When you can, only when your mind is controlled, you can do fast chanting also without any missing any syllables. Those who are not thinking about Krishna, not hearing the holy name, but are just speeding along to finish it fast, they will make mistakes. One Hare will be missing, one Krishna will be missing, and they won't be in a mood of surrender to Krishna. They think, oh, like a ritual, I have to do it, no, and finish it off. Then I can be very happy. Prabhupada
By
said,
mistake, add off an extra Krishna sometimes, Mataji.
That's because you're not hearing carefully, no?
Yes, Mataji.
Or you're telling too fast.
Yes, fast, actually medium speed, Mataji, and chant lowly, so that is there. Medium speed, I don't chant too slow or too fast.
Okay, but you must think of the holy name. I mean, in the sense, you must think of, oh, the holy name is Krishna, and I should associate with him. He's come here, and happily I'm thinking of someone else. Then, you feel insulted. No, suppose somebody comes to your house, and then you just open the door and you're looking at something else, and then you're not even welcoming them, and they feel, hey, listen, you only told me to come, and I've come. And why you're not inviting me home, inside into your home? You're just looking at all other things. Suppose you just didn't welcome that person, and behind that person, you're seeing the whole world and getting fully engrossed in that. That person will say, hey, why did you call me? Right? And then you're ignoring me. So like that, we should be aware that we are inviting Krishna by chanting Hare Krishna mantra, by inviting Radharani to engage us in his service. So definitely we must be very conscious of him, that Krishna is here and he's hearing me. Then your then your sadhana will improve. And because
Yes.
one, yes,
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
yes.
Mataji, shall we chant 3 times Hare Krishna, Mataji, for Utkarshini Mataji to get well soon?
Definitely, yes. Utkarshini Mataji is really suffering a lot with that cough of hers. So let
Yes.
us all chant 3 times Hare Krishna mantra so that she can quickly recover and restore her good health. Yes. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama, Hare
Rama,
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Thank you very much. Hopefully she'll come soon. Let us pray that she cough is terrible, very bad. I hope did you speak to her today?
Yes, Mataji.
How is it? Has she improved a bit?
Cough is little bit, fever is little bit better, Mataji. Cough is heavy, Mataji.
Okay, let's see.
But Mataji said that after chanting and reciting these mantras, all I am little bit well.
Okay.
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah. Anyway, Hare Krishna mantra is the solution for all the problems. I hope Krishna blesses all of us. Have prayed for her. I hope it improves quickly. Yeah. So, okay.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Any other questions? Yeah.
Mataji, one question.
Yeah.
This is not the body, Mataji. This is actually soul, Mataji. Then after a person dies, we think that there will be whatever we do karmas and all that will be useful to next soul, Mataji. Is it that what
Yeah.
we karmas, Mataji?
Whatever you do, you'll get a opposite, I mean, a reaction for that. If you do good karma, you get good reactions.
No,
You'll get
Mataji,
a
for
nice.
elder persons, for our grandfather, whatever we do, Vaidika, that all, yearly once we will offer. Uh,
Pinda, yeah.
is that punya uh, transfer to next soul, Mataji, for their life next?
Definitely. It is transferred through Vishnu, because how will they get the this thing result? I mean, how will they get the prasadam? Because you're offering it to Vishnu, and we're praying to Vishnu. So Vishnu makes sure that this prasadam reaches them, and the results of the this thing. Because I mean, once they have only on the way to Yamaloka, they have to, the food is taken there in a subtle form, because they also have subtle bodies, right? So in a subtle form, it reaches them. It's all through the medium of Vishnu. So that's why everything is done to Vishnu, because he is everywhere now. He's the connecting link between all of us. Because I don't know what is in your mind. You don't know what is in my mind. But yet we are able to communicate and have some kind of understanding. How? Because you're surrendered to Krishna to some extent. I'm also surrendered to Krishna to some extent. So because of Krishna, we have a common, understanding, isn't it?
Yes, Mataji.
So
Mataji,
I'm
sorry to interrupt, Mataji. Actually, such a coincidence when Sarva Mataji was telling about Sankirtan, even you did Kirtan also. I actually watched the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu movie, and coincidentally now I'm listening to Kirtan from you. I watched both, Mataji, Nitish Bhargava and the Bengali movie, which you recommended.
You liked it?
Yes, Mataji, so blissful. I love the scene where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu meet for the first time. Yeah, they
That is
recognize
not
Steve.
there. Yes, it was there.
They
recognize.
call Bhaiya only, they call each other, they recognized each other. It was so nice, that scene.
Yeah. You saw both the ones?
Yes, Mataji, both I watched.
You like it, very much?
Yes, Mataji. Thank you so much, Mataji.
Then you really appreciate, no, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu?
Yes, Mataji.
Others also, please watch. Google this thing, Nadir Nimai. And what is the Neelachali Mahaprabhu and Nadir Nimai? Because Nadir Nimai is up to the time he took sannyas. He was in Navadvip. So Nadia in that his town. So Nadir Nimai is the first part. And then he went to, after sannyas, he went to Jagannath Puri. The next 18 years he was there. That's why the second part of the film is called Neelachali, what? Neelachal
Mahaprabhu, is it?
Neelachal Mahaprabhu, yes. The Neelachal is the Jagannath Puri Dham. So
even the chakra is named after him, Mataji. Neela Chakra, they say. On top of the temple, on top of that Gopuram, there's a chakra, Neel Chakra.
Yes. Yeah. Chakra is always, Krishna's weapon. But for devotees, it's not a weapon. Sudarshana protects us. For non-devotees, it's a weapon. All the asuras were killed by the chakra. But for devotees, Sudarshana protects even from danger, just like Narsimha Sudarshana is also very powerful, and he gives protection to the devotees for good health, for everything. That's why in the temples, if you see, they'll have Narasimha in front and behind, or sometimes Sudarshan Chakra in front, and behind will be Narasimhadev. Or Narasimhadev in front, and the back will be Sudarshana Chakra, right? Sometimes the mirror will be there, and you can see both. Or if it is in the center and you can go around it, then you'll see that back side is this thing, Sudarshana, and front side or Narasimha, or
Hare
front side
Krishna
is,
Mataji. I think they call it Chakra Talwar, right?
yeah, Chakra is called Chakra Talwar. Yeah,
In one of
because
the Kanchipuram temple, I saw that Prabhu Mataji. Like in front, it was Narasimhadev, and at the back, it was Chakra Talwar. Both the sides, they had altar opened.
Even in Tirupati also, in this the tank called Swami Pushkarini, it's there. Even in that also in the form of a fountain, Mataji.
What is in the form of a fountain?
The Sudarshan Chakra, they call it Chakra Talwar, no? So that what they'll made it like a fountain. That Swami Pushkarini, they'll call it the temple tank, Mataji.
Okay.
Right side of the
It's
temple.
coming from Sudarshana.
Yes, Mataji, it's like it's that temple tank next to Varahaswamy temple. It's there.
Yeah. Somehow I didn't, or maybe I've forgotten. Yeah. Okay. Very nice. Yeah.
Mataji, like this Narasimha Swami has different names. No, Mataji, like in some temples it is Lakshmi Narasimha Swami, in some it is Yoga Narasimha Swami. Why is it like that, Mataji?
Because different forms, because Yoga Narasimha is Narasimha in deep meditation, and then you have Ugra Narasimha. He actually, tore open the stomach of Hiranyakashipu. Lakshmi Narasimha, he has Lakshmi by his side. So he's got how many Nava Narasimha forms? He's got 9 forms.
9 forms. Okay, Mataji, thank you.
Stanu Narasimha. In Mayapur, they have Stanu Narasimha. That means he's in that pillar and he's about to jump, so angry. Yeah, in the Ugra Narasimha, he's still in the this thing, Stamba, but Sthanu Narasimha he's just jumping, waiting to come out and jump. So like that, different Narasimhas are there.
Mataji, what is the proper way to chant, Mataji? Like, okay, what we chant, we have to hear. I understood, like, by what you said. And then maybe we should always say that Krishna, always engage me in your service. Other than that, what can we think and what should be there in our
Better
mind?
you don't think too much. Here is holy name.
Only hear his name.
Yes. And that only will give you full happiness and peace.
Okay.
If your mind is thinking too much, then you won't be listening.
Okay.
Mataji, by listening your Gita class, through that we are glorifying Krishna qualities. By chanting, attentiveness is increased, Mataji, by God's
really?
grace and your mercy.
Oh, very nice. I'm so happy.
It's helping to understand Krishna a lot, Mataji.
Okay, nice.
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Dandavat pranam, Mataji.
Dandavat pranam. Hare Bol.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat pranam. Srila Gurudev ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavad Gita Granth Raj ki jai, Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namananta Koti Vaishnavrinda ki jai. Hare Bol.